They were drinking, so they offered me a beer. I had a beer. I don't even think I finished it. And then that was it. Like that, from there was like this moment where I just blacked out. My name is Jade Flores, and I'm gonna be 41 next week, actually, on Monday. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, raised in Houston, Texas. I have two, one biological daughter, she's 23 years old, and then I have an 11-year-old niece, who is my daughter also. I interpret and I work for a collective that does public projects. We do like outreach for public projects that have tax dollars attached to them. Then the interpretation, and then I also, it's volunteer, but every once in a while we're able to get some stipends for an organization called La Unidad Once, and we're migrant families helping other migrant families. My mom was really strict, so sometimes when I would go out, I would just like try to guzzle up life as much as I could, since I didn't have that many opportunities to go out and just be a teenager. And I had this boyfriend who I was just so in love with. And I can't remember why I had that opportunity that afternoon to go hang out with him. So I was trying to get to him, but of course I don't have a car, so I was trying to figure out a way over there. And I think he told me that he was gonna send some friends over to pick me up. And then like a truck with a couple of guys pulled up, and they said they were there through him or knew him. And they told me that they were gonna take me over to him. So I got in the truck with them. And then we went to one of their houses, and they were drinking, so they offered me a beer. I had a beer. I don't even think I finished it. And then that was it. Like that, from there was like this moment where I just blacked out. And then I came to a couple of times. The first time I was in the back seat and somebody was having sex with me, but I couldn't move. And I remember just turning around and looking. It was like a SUV, you know, so it had like that back. And I could see people in the back kind of looking in, but I just couldn't move. And then everything just went blank again. Yeah, so there's a lot of like dark spots. Then I remember coming back and remember being in a porta potty, and then that porta potty got toppled over. And then again, there's like black for a while. And then the next morning, I woke up naked in somebody's bed who I didn't know. So I never got to the boyfriend, and that was pretty much what I remember. I went home, and that was it. I never really talked about it after that. My boyfriend was so mad. He said that I wanted to go with these guys, and he's like, well, you know, why would you do that? Why would you go with them? And I bet you wanted to. Just made me feel really guilty. And that was it. But he got over it quick. But I didn't tell him. I have no idea if he actually knew them or if they were just guys. I have no idea, honestly. I still to this day don't know who they are. I felt like it was me. Like I put myself in that situation, and that's why it happened. Had I not gotten into the truck, or had I not had that beer, or, you know, whatever, had I not wanted to go see my boyfriend, it was just guilt, all guilt. So I just kind of put it into this like, oh, that's just something that happened and that's it, you know? I mean, every once in a while throughout the years, I would feel really bad. Like I would get this like nasty feeling in my gut, just like, oh, that was a terrible night. But I just kept pushing it down and down and down, and then it just kind of sat there, or still sits there. I think guilt is a terrible, like cancerous emotion. And I know it's inevitable because it just comes, like it naturally comes to a lot of us. But I think the faster we can let go of that guilt, the better we'll feel. Because it just exists, right? And I'm sure it has to do with society. I don't know. It exists. For some reason, we think it's our fault in some way, and that sucks. It's a terrible feeling to have inside.